Well, Lerone Martin's book, The Gospel of J. Edgar Hoover, How the FBI Aided and Abetted the Rise of White Christian Nationalism, uses a case study of J. Edgar Hoover and the creation of the FBI in the mid 20th century to talk about how some arenas of religious thought, like the religious ideas of the civil rights movement and MLK, who tried to use religion to push for equality, were combated by a religious impulse by Hoover and the FBI and a number of prominent politicians who tried to present a religious message of exclusion and oppression. And that connection between religion on the one hand and white supremacy on the other fused to create white Christian nationalism that is a dominant part of today's American religious culture. But that's not where the religious story ends. One of my favorite books of recent years is Kristen Kobes-Dumay's Jesus and John Wayne, How White Evangelicals Corrupted a Faith and Fractured a Nation. This book upends the general question that most people have about religion and Trump, which is an assumption that evangelicals had to betray their principles and priorities in order to support someone like Donald Trump. But according to Kristen Dumay, in a very compelling story here, that couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, she argues that the support for Donald Trump was the culmination of dominant trajectories within the white evangelical culture dating back to the mid 20th century, primarily the emphasis on patriarchal authority and the culture wars. So we see how the way that evangelicals embraced a figure like John Wayne is what laid the groundwork for them embracing a figure like Donald Trump, so that when they vote for Trump in high numbers in 2016 and then again in 2020 and 2024, they are not betraying core principles of their evangelical culture. They are fulfilling them.